On screen, we have 1 through 7, Wyandotte B and A in lanes 1 and 2, Composite Boat Detroit Palm Beach, lane 3, San Diego Rowing Club Long Lake Rowing Club in lane 4, Clarkson 5, CRI A in lane 6, and Serbia in lane 7. We concluded our competition last night with the Serbian boat. They absolutely crushed the competition.
Hey, if you're going to come this far,
yeah,
you better be good.
Yeah, that's right.
So we have only the top 2 progress to the final from this heat. So this is going to be a tough race, and it looks like we've got CRI down there making a steering correction. We're close to the lane line. And it looks like Wyandotte out to an early lead.
And Jim, I don't mean to cut you off, but disappointing. It says Serbia did not start.
Oh.
I was looking forward to seeing them in this race, but they do get the DNS, so you're just going to have 6 boats in this race.
Okay, well, it
looks like 5
only
on screen.
2 to go. Only 2 to go on to the finals, though.
Yep.
So we have right now 4 boats well within a foot or 2 of each other. Only 2 are going to make it to the finals. Who is that going to be? Community Rowing at the bottom of the screen there, trying to make a push, but it looks like San Diego in lane 4 there is just out. Maybe hard to tell. Actually, maybe it's Detroit. I think Detroit actually is out. Got a little bit of a wake there, responding to it. So right now, Wyandotte pushing, trying to hold on to the pack there from lane 2. We've got Detroit Palm Beach, lane 3, out to a bit of a lead. Lane 4, pretty much dead even with Wyandotte. But don't forget, we've got CRI over in lane 6. CRI was in the thick of things. Off the screen right now, it is still anybody's progression onto the final. Only 2 making it. Go as we pull out here, check on where CRI is.
Gotta love the regatta dogs at the events. One of my favorite introductions to the sport of rowing. Seen all the dogs out here, but in the action right now, as Jim has mentioned, we have clear 4 boats out in front, but also just the top 2 are going to move on to the finals. And right now, we are heating up for some really good competition for that second spot, even still potentially the first, 2:55 into this heat.
Yeah, Detroit has pulled out. Detroit Palm Beach Composite has pulled out to about a boat length lead here, but they have not yet broken free.
That's Alexander and Roman.
And then second place is still anybody's race here, but we are running out of distance for the Wyandotte A crew. If they need to move, they got to go now as we close in on that finish line.
And we have the boats within eyesight from our production set here at the finish lines. We'll switch over to that camera in a second here, but what a finish we have. Top 2 moving on. We have 3 on screen. Looks like it's going to be lanes 3, Detroit Palm Beach Composite, followed by lanes 4, San Diego Long Lake, and then lane 2, Wyandotte Club A. Those are going to be your top 3, but the top 2, of course, as mentioned, will move on to the finals. Now you'll see Community Rowing A in lane 6 cross the finish line, followed by lane number 1, I believe that is, the Wyandotte B boat.
And it looked like in lane 4 in that San Diego Long Lake crew, we got 2 people with the same last name, so it looked like we may have a family crew there.
Yeah, we've had a couple of it throughout the week so far. Gotta love that. Could be a good thing, of course. Could be a bad thing as well.
Well, we're gonna see them again this afternoon, as they had a nice, strong finish moving into the finals.
All right, Jim, we'll move on to the Men's Masters Open E Double Sculls. Heat number 2, Greenwich Crew Lane 2, Saugatuck 3, Des Moines Unaffiliated Composite 4, Texas Rowing Club C Lane 5, GBRC North in 6, and another composite boat between Cincinnati Rowing Club and TriStar.
2 again in this heat to progress to the finals later today. Getting our final points here. And we're off.
It looks like a slow start out of lane 5 with that Texas Rowing Center. The rest of the pack jumping ahead. Lane 7, 6, and let's say 4. Give them the best starts of this race. Top 2 move on to the finals to join our friends from our first heat, Detroit Palm Beach Composite and the San Diego Long Lake Composite. So they'll be waiting in the Men's Masters Open E Double Sculls Finals later today, and we'll see who joins them. Right now, Jim, we have 3 clear front runners.
Well, that Cincinnati Rowing Club TriStar Composite crew at the bottom of your screen there have elected to take a fairly high stroke rating here. I think they're just slightly overstroking the GBRC North crew, trying to pull out, and they've come out to about 2/3 of a length, maybe, trying to break free. It's always much easier to be in a position when you've separated out and, you know, there's no coxswain in this crew to inform the guys where the other crews are if they're out behind you. And right now we are about astern in lanes 6 and 5. Excuse me, lanes 7 and 6. Still, though, haven't broken free, and we're seeing a push from that GBRC North crew here. But not forgetting about the Des Moines unaffiliated composite crew over in lane 4. They still have contact on the GBRC North crew. And we're only halfway through this race here. Only 2 move on to the next, to the final this afternoon. We may have just seen Cincinnati Rowing Club TriStar Composite breaking free by maybe a foot of open water. Really getting some nice run out of the boat here. Got a nice long line. That's it.
Yeah, that's Cincinnati, GBRC North going at it right now with the top 2 spots. And again, as mentioned earlier, top 2 move on to the finals. So right now, really liking what we're seeing out of the Cincinnati TriStar Composite. They haven't skipped a beat since the start of this race.
No, and they've just been really relaxed. You can see they're just so long, getting nice length with each stroke. David Fishman and Antonio Jr. from that GBRC North crew, though, are making a push right now. They are starting to lift it up as we move into the red buoys here. They have eaten up some of that distance. We are now at about a half length between those 2 crews. And you can see David Fishman just looking out over, where is that Cincinnati TriStar crew? Let's see if we can get them before the finish. I think they're going to run out of race course to cinch the top spot, but it looks like they are going to progress to the finals. Cincinnati Rowing Club TriStar first, GBRC North second.
And just outside of them, the Des Moines unaffiliated crew in lane 4. They'll just miss out, punching their ticket to the finals. And so Cincinnati 343 unofficial with that TriStar Composite. GBRC North 2 seconds after them, second. They'll punch their ticket to the A final later with the Detroit Palm Beach Composite and San Diego Long Lake Composite. Look forward to that one. And moving on next, we have the 9:10 a.m. race with the Men's Masters Open E Double Sculls at the launching dock, ready to roll. Love the competition consistently moving along here. Texas RCB in lane 2, New York Athletic Club in lane 3, Riverside Raleigh Rowing Club in lane 4, Fort Collins Texas Rowing Club A in lane 5, CRI A in lane 6, and Long Beach Rowing Association in lane number 7.
Now, we've got 3 heats of this event here. Again, only the top 2 moving on to the finals. We have had very consistent conditions today. There's not a lot of wind. What was the time difference? I think we were 3:43 on that last to win the last heat. What about the first one?
3:42.
Oh, this is going to shape up to be a really exciting final.
Oh, yeah. I want to highlight real quick, and it's great that I was just about to mention this because now I'm looking at the race. They're actually in first place right now. The Riverside Raleigh Rowing Club. Yesterday, when we were broadcasting throughout the day, Sean Stevenson was a name that we had mentioned several times throughout the afternoon. An impressive athlete. He was in multiple competitions, and he's off to a hot start here. That Riverside Raleigh Rowing Club in the first place spot here at the Men's Masters Open E-Double Sculls.
Yeah, you can see him in the stroke seat there, just really laying down an aggressive rhythm.
I want to add on to that as well. Sean Wolf and Sean Stevenson, they're both of them we'd mentioned throughout the day as well.
Yeah, getting a lot of swing from Sean Wolf there in the bow seat, but fighting off a good push from Fort Collins Texas Rowing Club A there in lane 5 in the yellow boat. It looks like we had a little bit of a wave action coming through. These doubles responding very well to it as we start moving into the wider portion of the lake. Really don't have any wind to worry about today, or rough water. No excuses. Good strong swing from that Fort Collins Texas Rowing Club. Don't count out Long Beach yet over in lane 7. They still have contact with that Fort Collins Texas Rowing Club. You can see the bowman there, Chris Palmquist's head moving over, saying, "Where is that crew? We are still in it. We're only about 2/3 of the way through. But if they want to make a spot in the final this afternoon, they need to go now."
Yeah, top 2 moving on to the finals. Right now it's the Riverside Raleigh Rowing Club Composite in that beautiful blue boat in the middle. In the top spot will go Fort Collins Texas Rowing Club in lane 5 in second. But still plenty of race to go, just 2:35 into this one.
Yeah, but look at Texas Rowing Club B over in lane 2. They've made a big push off that off the 500-meter mark into the last 500 meters of this race here. They are trying to fight for that second spot as we move into the red buoys. Are they going to have enough race course? Or is the Fort Collins Texas Rowing Club A entry going to cinch up that second spot? Riverside and Raleigh on that lane line there need to make a adjustment. Still a very tight race for second place here. Only about a canvas separating these two crews. Long Beach also fighting over in lane 7 as they start coming up to the finish line. Big push from Texas Rowing Club B there. Now down about maybe 2 feet.
Wow. This is coming down to the wire, Mr. Jim. Let's go. Riverside Raleigh Rowing Club. They will take first, followed by, wow, they really caught up. Lane 5, Fort Collins Texas Rowing Club. And just behind them, Jim, Texas Rowing Club Center B, as you had mentioned. Great push from the rest of the pack.
There. No.
Wow.
It did not, after the start of that race, I did not think that was going to be that tight at the finish there.
Yeah.
Great racing as we move on. But it's a high stakes heat. Only 2 are moving on to the final out of the 5.
Yeah, and that was heat number 3. So we're going to see the 2 mentioned that we had mentioned previously in the first 2 heats joining the Riverside and Fort Collins boats.
I think 3:43 was the time.
Yep, this one was 3:52, so a little behind.
Mm-hmm. But a lot can happen. And certainly we don't know what we're
Did they let up or whatnot?
Exactly.
Yeah. Skulls, composite boat in lane 2, Fort Collins, Texas Rowing Club A. Detroit, Palm Beach, composite 2. A bunch of composites in this one. Cincinnati TriStar, Riverside, Raleigh, San Diego, Long Lake, and in lane 7, GBRC North.
So we had 3 heats this morning, so they were grueling because only 2 people advanced from each heat. Heat 1, Detroit Palm Beach won with a time of 3:42. San Diego Long Lake came in second with 3:45. You move over to Heat 2, Cincinnati TriStar also had a time of 3:42. GBRC North also had a time of 3:45. You move over to the 3rd heat, Riverside Raleigh had a time of 3:52. Fort Collins 3:55. So we had really, really tight finishes in the heats, and it's shaping up to be a tight final here.
That Cincinnati TriStar boat out in front right now in lane number 4. That is Paul Wolfsenberger and David Roberts. Clear lead. Fun fact, in lane number 2, I should say, Mark Berkner competed at the 91 World Rowing Championships in Austria. So some great experience for Mark. Look to use that in this one. It looks like right now they are, we'll say, in about 4th place, compete for 4th.
Now, if you've competed at that level, you have that level of toughness, you're still in it right now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, far from over in this. Just a minute 20 into the race. We'll zoom in now on our first place boat in the early portion of the Men's Masters Open E Double Sculls. That is the Cincinnati TriStar boat, David and Paul.
Not an ounce of fat on those guys. I mean, look at how ripped they are pulling through that water. Beautiful rowing coming from the Cincinnati TriStar pair. About a length out ahead of the Riverside Raleigh crew. Riverside Raleigh crew battling out. They are about dead even with the Detroit Palm Beach crew. And then across the other boats there, that Fort Collins, Texas boat, pretty much dead even with San Diego Long Lake, and maybe a half a length from GBRC North. But GBRC North is making a push right now. They do not want to be left out of medal contention here. They have drawn it almost even with Riverside Raleigh, who are only half a length behind the Detroit Palm Beach crew.
That's that Sean and Sean duo we were talking about earlier. They were in the singles together. Both medaled so far this week as well.
But look at the push here. Look at the push coming from that Detroit Palm Beach crew. They are moving in to the Cincinnati TriStar crew. Only half a length difference between them. They have lifted, but Cincinnati has as well. Who's going to get more strokes in? Because we're seeing that surge coming from that Detroit Palm Beach crew. Not wanting to go home with a silver medal. Are they going to have enough race course to do it? Who's going to get the bronze? Dead even with GBRC North and Riverside. GBRC North just looking a little bit cleaner here, a little bit more composed as they poke their bow ball ahead of the Riverside Raleigh composite. And it looks like they've got about a canvas as we come into the last couple strokes here. Good response from that Cincinnati TriStar crew, fending off the challenge from Detroit Boat Club Palm Beach. Nicely done by that Cincinnati TriStar crew.
Yeah, they'll unofficially take first. Detroit Palm Beach 2, as you'd mentioned. Riverside Raleigh, the Sean duo 3. GBRC just on the outside looking in. San Diego and Long Lake, same thing as well as them. Less than 2-second difference between 3rd and 5th.